Remember, sucking on helium gas can be dangerous.
G'day viewers. Welcome to another episode of Flying High, where we take you to the edge of space in a high altitude balloon. While we're up there, we'll check out the thin blue line, check for any alien activity, and then bring you down on a parachute and land safely-ish. Whoops. The launch site for this sortie is Allentown, which is just north of Parkes. We're staying at Parkes overnight so we can get up at the crack of dawn. It's going to be a big day tomorrow. Parkes is famous for a few things. One of them is the Parkes Radio Telescope. Built in the 60s, it played a vital role in the Apollo 11 moon mission. And that's why we're staying at the Moonraker. This place is okay, but I was kind of expecting something a bit more like
the most exotic locations on Earth.
Next morning, bright and early, we're headed on out to the Parkes Radio Telescope for breakfast, or as it's known to the locals, the dish. The dish is such an iconic thing. They even made a movie about it. Unfortunately, the display area is not open yet because we're here quite early. This is the public area at the Parkes Telescope. Sun's just come up, that's nice. There's the team having breakfast. And here's the magnificent Parkes Telescope. While we're here, we asked the engineers if they'd be interested in tracking our balloon today. And they said, sorry, we're playing cricket.
Sorry, mate. Still not flat enough, Glenn.
Quick team photo before we leave. Okay, we're heading out to our launch site at Allentown, just north of Parkes. Before we leave Parkes, I'd like to mention another special event that occurred here. In 1986, 40 years ago, a Royal Australian Air Force C-130 Hercules landed here at Parkes Airport. We were bringing home leading aircraftsman Rob Laws to his family in a nearby town of Forbes. Tragically, Rob had lost his life in an accident. It seemed like half the town had come out to welcome Rob home. So I'd like to send out a big hurrah to Margaret, Rob's mum, from all the boys at the old 486 Squadron Simulator section. So we're at the Allentown Oval. This is where we're going to launch our high altitude balloon. And we're right in the middle of the reserve. And you can tell we're in the middle because we're on this magnificent cricket pitch. I'm guessing Donald Bradman would have batted here for sure. The balloon's gassed up with 2,290 litres of helium. And for those interested, here's a summary of the lift metrics. It's a good idea to add these stabilisers to your module. It stops the craft from spinning around uncontrollably because it makes the video almost impossible to watch. Ross, you look like a kid at Christmas time opening a new Christmas present. It's always good to add something personal to the payload because if you get it back, you'll know it's been to the edge of space. Jim, you're with us in, what is it, in spirit? Spirit. Yeah. And you're going to space.
That's good. The is that Jim's one?
Yeah. All right. The balloon is on the launch pad. T minus what?
Oh, did you tell them what you're going to do then?
T minus about a minute.
And now just pull on that.
This is the crucial knot tying ceremony.
And you should be able to slide that down. Is that time there? Yeah.
Where Brains is advising. What's your job title again?
Sunday comms specialist.
Can I see that? Can I see that?
She's off. Look at it go.
We just got word from Houston.
They've launched flying high. After a successful launch, we packed up all our gear, took the obligatory team photo, and the chase was on. So let's take a look at our flight plan. We launched our balloon from Allentown, just north of Parkes, which is around about here. Now the prediction is that our balloon will head east and reach the edge of space just north of Orange. It'll return to Earth by parachute, landing just south of Mudgee and west of Lithgow. And that prediction, by the way, is from the Sondhi Hub CUSF website. Now let's see how she's travelling. Looks a bit congested up there.
So the longer we can stay in the high zone, the closer it'll land towards us. The problem is, to make it go higher, we put in less gas, which means this time here is longer, which means it comes over here.
Okay, we're on the last part of the tracking of the Sondhi. So according to this, it's coming down really slow, about 2.2 metres a second to 2,400 metres. We've just got another update. We're about 80 kilometres away. The issue is
once it gets under a certain altitude, we're going to not receive anything from it, so we won't be able to update its GPS coordinates.
According to the Sondi Hub tracker, we're drifting too far to the east. So our balloon's either an overachiever or the weather's got a different plan for us. Either way, if it keeps us up, we're going to end up in the Wolgan Valley.
If we go into the Wolgan Valley and up to this little valley here, I think the road stops down here somewhere, and then all trails are showing a trail that goes at least halfway up the valley, but I think we have to get up to about this point.
At this point, we've lost communications with the module. It's probably dropped into the Wolgan Valley. You can hear it, right?
Okay. Got it.
Is it a screenshot there?
Yeah, just close that. Yeah.
That must have been why we couldn't receive it that well. 'cause it's
Music
in
the
this
way
little-
he is.
Yeah, I think you said.
Well, Darren's idea paid off. We drove around the valley up onto the Noons Plateau, took a dirt road down towards the glowworm tunnel. We picked up a really, really weak signal and walked down a track to the Carney Lookout, where we picked up a super strong signal, giving us the GPS coordinates to our balloon. According to Google Earth, we're on the cliff top here. Our module's over the other side of the valley here. We'll drive down to the Emirates Resort and bushwalk up the valley and pick it up. How hard can that be? Well, last week we got the final GPS coordinates of our balloon module, and we know exactly where it is in the Wolgan Valley. So we thought, we'll drive to the Emirates Resort and bushwalk up the valley and pick it up. You wouldn't believe it. The road down to the Emirates is blocked off due to a landslide. Anyways, we got on to the council, and they've offered us a pilot vehicle that's going to take us down an alternate donkey trail down to the resort. Well, the pilot did a magnificent job guiding us down the donkey trail. We parked up the car, and now we're heading out to the Emirates Resort. This is the beginning of our trek into the valley. It could now turn into a 7k trek. Well, like Shane said, watch out for the ones with Joey's. Oh, he's off. We've just left the Emirates Resort. They were fantastic. They've helped us immensely, and they're providing a pilot for us to take us up through their property, up into the heart of the valley, where we'll get out on foot, and there'll be a bushwalk through. We're still not sure what we're going to be walking through, but it doesn't look very easy. Alright, so we're up in the getting into the heart of the valley. It's a bit of a tough walk through the scrub, but there's a track here of sorts. Okay, so we're heading down here to try and get over the river to the other side, and then still a bit of a hike to the GPS coordinates. How far do you reckon, Ross? 1.9, so about 2 k's. It's taken us about 10 minutes to cross that creek. This fantastic little spot just here, and we're just drying the feet, get the shoes back on, and then we'll be heading up that hill up into the valley. Team photo. Cheese. There's a wombat down there in the hole, just I don't want to disturb him too much. There he goes, creeping into the hole. Okay, so this is what we're up against. We got bush that we've been bashing through for the last hour, and then up that tree, and off to the left, and you can see the balloon, and it's tangled in branches above it, which is even higher up the tree. Main thing was, we got the GPS coordinates and we found it. Hey, you know what? Further to the right, I can see something flapping around like the parachute or something.
It is the parachute. And I can see just behind the parachute a remnant of the balloon.
I'm not going to lie, that was a tough gig bashing through that bush. Only to find when we got there, we had no chance of recovering our module. It was 10 metres up a tree. So we ended up walking away just like this wombat. Just turn around and put your lights on him. Hello, Mr. Wombat.
It's the most common sight of a wombat, his arse.
His arse, yeah, because they're always walking away from you. Well, after bush bashing 2.5 hours up the Wolgan Valley and getting ripped to shreds, only to find our module dangling 10 metres up a tree, we decided to come back out the Carney lookout, see if there's some other way we can get to our module.
You only wave with one finger.
We loaded ourselves up with drones, binoculars, telephoto lenses and anything else that could see over to the other side of the valley. Then we made the 10-minute walk down to the lookout.
Fire?
Well, here we are, back at the car lookout. It was 10 months ago when we were here with a laptop and an SDR receiver, picking up the final coordinates from our module on the other side of the valley.
That's where you were.
Then after a few daredevil selfies, we cooked up some breakfast. Now, although it doesn't look like it, we knew exactly what we were doing. So we set up the drones and the cameras, and then we had a geese. So we were on top of the cliffs here, and looking across the valley, you can see our module is near the junction of these rivers here. And in the real world, translates to about here. Right, let's get the drones over there. Say when? Darren, a recovery specialist, did a magnificent job with his drone. He navigated his way over the other side of the valley, staying just above the treetops until eventually he got to the landing site. After a bit of a sniff around, bingo, there she is. That's our module, all right, just like we left her 10 months ago, swinging in the trees. Time to head back before the battery goes flat. These Phantom 4s fly for about 30 minutes on a full battery. We also found the module by scanning the landing site with a pair of Nikon 7x50mm binoculars and a Sony a6000 with a 200mm lens. Coming in hot. Can you speak Ukrainian, Darren? Good example of a perfect landing compared to a landing. We're heading down to our favourite lookout. It's been 3 long years since our capsule landed in the Wolgan Valley. Our hope today is that we can't see it in the tree anymore, because if it's landed on the ground, that gives us a greater chance of going in and recovering it.
Heading down to the lookout. Here we are at the lookout. Here come the trekkers.
Right, out with the binoculars and the long lenses. After a thorough scan of the landing site, there was no sign of our module, which means it's probably on the ground. 3 years and 3 days after we launched our high-altitude balloon to near space, we got a chance to recover it. The Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club have volunteered to walk in across the valley with our GPS coordinates, try and find our balloon and retrieve it for us. We're pretty sure it's fallen out of the tree. We've just got some great news. Ross, mission commander and outsourcing specialist, has just heard back from Rob from the Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club. They've accepted our challenge to try and recover our module.
16, 15.
On our way to the recovery side, Ian's driving. Winnie is navigating.
Well, the plan is to meet up with the Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club at the Cairn Lookout. And then Rob and his team of 7 will climb down the mountain and using our GPS coordinates will bushwalk all the way across the valley and hopefully recover our module. The track down the lookout's a bit washed out, but you can make it about 90% of the way down there. So we parked up the high-altitude balloon vehicle, checked out some of the local flora, and headed on down to the lookout. Well, we took enough supplies to feed a small army, but eventually we made it to the Cairn Lookout. I need to be a bit careful up here because just taking a look over the edge of that rock there, that's a long way down. I didn't seem to bother these young fellas. Views from this lookout are absolutely amazing. You can see all the way down the Wolgan Valley. Right down the bottom there, that's the Emirates Resort. But our mission is to get our module back. And we know it's about there. First things first, let's get the kettle on. A healthy snack for morning tea. As planned, the Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club arrived. We had a wonderful exchange of pleasantries, a cup of tea, and a final mission brief. It's right over there.
Yeah, I think the weather's going to be okay. That's nice.
Oh, well, whatever, whenever you get back, we'll be here.
Some are getting through. They brought bacon and egg for lunch.
Do you want Romeo recovery theme? Is that bad?
I don't know.
That's
What could be the action theme that echoes?
Romeo recovery will be.
Don't eat chocolate. What colour? They don't call these guys the Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club for nothing. Turns out, Rob and his team now have a way down this cliff face and into the valley. And they'll bushwalk all the way across using our GPS coordinates and hopefully recover our module. We checked in with Rob every hour or so by two-way radio.
Recovery specialist after I shouldn't.
12.
According to Rob, the climb down the cliff face is about 450 metres. And there's no tracks down here. You're literally walking through the scrub. Look how thick this scrub is. These guys must be doing it tough now. With about 5 hours to spare, Darren and Ross go off for a bushwalk.
They're off to Rain Cave. Good luck.
While we gazed at the soaring eagles and made some bacon sandwiches.
I think those they look very tiny. The bing is the bellbird.
Yeah, I know that sound.
This little chattery one, that's a parrot of some sort, isn't it?
Now, is anyone wanting morning tea or we keep going? What's the...
It's your call, Lisa.
Yeah, Maria, on my left.
Sounds like somebody's found something. Bingo! At 1:13 p.m, after 3 hours and 43 minutes of bushwalking, Eden's found it. And it's not in bad shape, considering it's been out here in the bush for 3 years. Well done to the Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club. It's amazing what some people will do for a bacon sandwich. Now comes the hard part. These guys have only got about 4 hours to get out before it gets dark. But there's always time to enjoy the magnificent scenery in the Australian bush. And 3 grueling hours later, they're back at the rock face below the lookout. Well, that certainly looks like a well-earned rest.
I'm not sure if he's still here.
Yeah. We said we weren't going to leave until you were back.
Oh, well,
Oh, that's really...
Oh, stay there for 3 years.
To be disposed of responsibly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The unveiling.
Yeah.
And there's
another 2. You hold that.
The teeth. You want the teeth?
I didn't expect that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 41.
No.
We found everything, I
Hold
think.
that.
Yeah.
Found it.
Oh.
Yeah, this
Well done, guys.
Did we miss it?
Perfect.
cover everything.
Did we recover everything?
I think.
We had to go down a slot. What's the slot called, Vic?
Magnificent slot, magical slot, majestic slot.
Magnificent.
That's one of them.
But it was an amazing slot that goes down through the cliff line. It really is quite an amazing slot, but it's a bit dangerous because it's easy to let rocks fly off, and that's very dangerous.
That's not there.
Oh no. Right, time for a closer inspection of the module. The first thing we've noticed is we've lost one of the cameras. We had a tiny camera on one of the stabilizers looking up at the balloon, so that means we're not going to get that footage. But the 2 GoPros are still intact. The question is, will there be anything on the SD cards? Well, this is it. This is what we've been waiting 3 years to find out. Will there be anything on the SD cards?
We're going from 847 to 352. We've got a lot.
Yes,
Where's the parachute?
Yes.
Making a racket. Hey, come on.
If you're interested in launching your own high-altitude balloon, be sure to check out our other videos. How to launch a high-altitude balloon in near space. This video teaches you actually how to build your own high-altitude balloon, and also how to find, chase and recover an RS-41 Sondi from a weather balloon. You can repurpose this for your high-altitude balloon project. Well, that's it, folks. We hope you enjoyed our 3-year high-altitude balloon flight. And we'd like to say a big thank you to the Upper Blue Mountains Bushwalking Club, Maria, Eden, Lisa, Jiva, Vic, Jeff and Rob for their help in recovering our balloon. And from all the members of Flying High, Ross, Jim, Darren, Joe, Caelan, Paul and myself, Ian, good luck with your project.